Okay, this is Monday, October 1st, 2018, 6 p.m. This is the regular board meeting for the Village of Pulaski, held at Pulaski Village Hall, 585 East Glenbrook Drive, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Could I have roll call and pledge?
Marty Black.
Present.
Bruce Birchkowski.
Present.
Roger Birchkowski.
Present.
Robert Gajewski.
Here.
Doug Prentice is absent with excuse. Chris Smith. Here. And Reed Woodward.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Wade, is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 3, the Pulaski Professional Police Association has a presentation of the check to the Pulaski Police Department to go towards the purchase of new handguns. As per officers Adam Winkler and Zach Schultz, the entire contingent is, if you wish to address the board.
Yes, sir. If I could. Good evening. For those of you that don't know me, I am Adam Winkler. I am employed by the Pulaski Police Department, but I'm also the president for the Pulaski Professional Police Association. We did a fundraiser over the summer for the purchase of firearms for the Pulaski Police Department. Today we're donating a check to the police department for the purchase of 10 handguns, which will be drilled. All of this was discussed with the police chief. We all had he brought on a Glock representative for us to show us all the new latest and greatest features out there. So it'll be the purchase of, 10 handguns with 8 magazine pouches, 8 flashlights, and 8 holsters that will equip the Pulaski Police Department, including the part-timers as well. And we are here to donate a check today to the police department.
Jody gets the checks.
Jody actually
take the money.
Okay. And
Thank
there's a
you.
letterhead.
Thank you.
So,
Appreciate it.
safety is obviously the biggest thing, the biggest question out there, and it's just something that it's safety. I want to make sure we make sure everybody goes home at night, and it's just a little bit the community could help out, and we can all work together on updating some equipment.
Well, as a former police chief, I appreciate your efforts,
Thank you, sir.
and it's always been hard for this community to support the department because we are just that unusual size,
Correct.
and the fact that we sit in the corner of 4 counties, but nobody
Right.
on their way to help ever. Thank you for
Thank you.
your efforts.
And
officers.
we thank the community for stepping up. They obviously are concerned with our safety just as much as we are, and without the community, we wouldn't be here tonight. So we thank everybody.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Adam Winkler, can I ask
Yes, sir.
a couple questions?
Yes, sir.
In regards to the handguns? The ones that we have now, are they traded in?
No, we haven't traded them in. That's something that,
We haven't made any decisions yet, Roger, and that'll go through the board when we make a purchase of this nature, obviously, because there might be a few things that are unknowns when we get into the purchasing of it. We wanted to get some ideas right now. It's probably advantageous for the department to wait till like the 3rd week of January because new models and
Yeah.
some new features are going to be coming out. Hopefully meet the needs that we have. So rather than to purchase an old generation of a weapon, I think it's probably better to wait till after January before we do anything. And you'll be part of that decision-making process. And when we get to dollars and cents of what it's going to be worth, it may be something that the village will have to help out with too.
Yeah.
and that was something with that Glock representative that came, expressed that maybe we wait until after the first of the year so that the new equipment that is not out today, but they have a show coming up, then they'll release all the brand new generation equipment and things like that. That's why we're able to do this with the ability to wait a couple months to see when that new
Just out
comes
of curiosity, what can they improve on a gun that,
Oh, lots of things, Roger.
okay, you don't have to go into
There's
it.
lots of things that improve.
I'm just,
It's like a jumping in on an old car versus a new car.
Is that
It's
right?
just the things change, and there's optics, and there's all kinds of things that are changing in that firearm world. And I think we should just wait till, we'll put it in a contingency fund. It'll sit there until we have an opportunity to get the new models introduced, and when that has been made public, we'll decide what we want to go with, make a recommendation to the board.
well, thank you kindly,
Thank you, sir.
yes.
Appreciate it.
I have one thing, I think it'd be very worth our while that we get the Pulaski News involved in this, and so that we can give the recognition to the
Absolutely.
community.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and without the community,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I think it'd be important to
Absolutely.
reach out to Bob,
Okay.
please.
What was the amount of the check?
That check is $5,000.
Whoa,
With also, like Chief said, we have some more equipment that's coming out. They said it might be in the next couple of years. We're holding on a little bit of that money so that when that equipment comes out, we have kind of all decided, and again, we have to talk with Chief about it. When that equipment comes out, we'll be able to get that equipment, something that we've all kind of agreed that's the latest and greatest coming up in the very near future.
uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, officers. You can stay for the rest of the meeting if you wish.
Oh, where are you going?
From one to another.
Number 4, to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting of September 4th, 2018, and dispense with the reading.
I'll make that motion.
By Bob,
I'll second.
second by Bruce, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 5, a motion to open the public hearing, ordinance 564-18, an ordinance amending section 38.09 sub D and section 39.03 of the municipal code of ordinances authorizing permanent temporary stop signs and no parking zones on South St. Augustine Street adjacent to the Pulaski Community School, middle school. Can I have a motion open for the public hearing?
I'll motion.
Gordy, second by Roger. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The floor is open for discussion.
Signs are in place.
Working pretty good from what I hear.
And they're working well, so, it's, we needed the ordinance to obviously be able to enforce anybody who may run it or become involved in an accident, so that's why the ordinance is in place.
Are you gonna paint that white line for the right-hand turn from,
We didn't paint any farther back right now
No, we
because of the.
just separated it, kind of like you see on Mountain Bay and Crest.
okay,
Like, once again, once you paint the arrow on there and, it doesn't work, it's hard to get that arrow back on.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'll make a motion to close.
By Roger,
I'll second.
second by Bruce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The public hearing is closed. Number 7, motion to open public hearing, ordinance 565-18, and ordinance adding section 5103 sub G, sub 3G of the municipal code of ordinances regarding cement slabs in side yards. There's been a lot of people that have requested the ability to have a slab alongside of their garage, or like, in my case, it would probably be to put my camper, which takes up the whole driveway. And if there's enough room between my garage and the property line, if you pass this, if I've got enough room, I'd probably do that.
So I'm not sure if we're gonna pass this, and
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Bruce to open,
I'll second.
second by Chris.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now that I got ahead of the horse.
Didn't we discuss this a year or so ago? A couple
Yes,
years ago?
and it never got to the public hearing, which is
Oh.
required for us to.
I thought we had it all settled.
So this is different than a slab next to the driveway, this is actually next to the house?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, and it's, isn't there an ordinance that's restricting people from parking something without a slab? Like if I park my utility trailer there 8 months out of the year, that's a no-no,
Yeah.
correct? And with that slab there, I would be able to do that then.
I'm presuming that that's the correct statement.
Okay,
Bill's not here to say that definitively.
okay.
Any other questions or statements regarding?
I think the purpose of this, Roger, is not for that particular need, but when people have the ordinance not allowing them to park overnight in spring and you get the soft
Yeah.
yards, it allows them to put the extra slab if they, within, I think, 2 or 3 feet from the property line.
Yeah, I think it's 2 feet, I think it was,
2 feet
yeah.
of body sauna. That's the only restriction on it.
Who enforces this?
Building inspector would.
Building inspector is the vehicle for approval, etc.
I guess the only downfall I could see is somebody putting a slab there and then start parking a vehicle that's on jacks or something, or just start piling.
We have an ordinance against that, that prohibits that from happening, Roger, and the vehicles have to be
It has to be a
registered.
complete vehicle.
Has to be registered also.
Oh, it has to be registered also. Makes sense.
So you can't use that as a junkyard per se and start piling stuff up all over?
I'll make that motion.
Chris, to close? To close?
Oh, do we have to close first?
Yeah.
Oh, late. Okay.
You make the motion close. Roger, in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll be voting on that in the next
Oh,
page.
later, okay.
9, persons desiring to be heard. Persons desiring to be heard. Third time, persons desiring to be heard. Number 10, committee reports, committee of the whole of September 18th, 2018, as per President Reed Woodward.
Sorry.
As a result of that meeting, a motion to consider approved payment of $9,116.76 to the Tri-County Fire Department. That's the 2% fire dues received in July of 2018 as a revenue for the village of Pulaski. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Approved by Gordy.
I'll second.
Second by Bruce. So that 2% comes in about mid-year, usually,
July.
July. And in the future, that 2% is just going to be a pass-through. We can't rely put that
As far
as
as
revenue
income,
in our
yeah.
budget. It's just a pass-through. So we've got a motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And item number B, to consider approve Halloween trick or treat in the village of Pulaski on Wednesday, October 31st, 2018, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
I'll make that
Is
motion.
that Chris?
I'll second.
Second by Bob Gieske, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Ad Committee of September 24th, 2018, Chris?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there, but from what I understand, the gravest thing that happened was that Gorman has accepted an offer by the Franciscans on the property behind, or the printery building, so,
And I'll be meeting with Gorman at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning about that transaction.
oh, good, good. Anyways, I think that was the highlight of everything. Is there anything else? I mean,
Well,
You
you know,
were there.
it's a win-win for our community because that's a beautiful building and to have it be rejuvenated and used is gonna be, good for, very good for the community. And, beautiful buildings like that, you don't wanna lose them. So I think it's a good thing.
So, the next meeting is scheduled for Monday, October 22nd at noon at Premier Bank.
Thank you, Chris. The NEW Paramedic Rescue met on the 24th of September, and they approved the 2019 budget. Next, the Parks Use Ad Hoc Committee met September 26, 2018. Doug is not here to report. Basically, it was just getting everything cleaned up at the end of the year and getting ready for a spring meeting in probably March.
Yeah. There was some issues that brought up too, that Larry Clusen brought up, and he brought me a baseball and a softball today. So we'll have to look at, see what's going on there, where they're coming from, and do some more investigating there to try to solve that
We've got
problem.
like 8 to 10 dings on the side.
Apparently, yeah. So we'll have to keep that on the agenda, make sure we solve that for them.
Okay, thank you. And the Room Tax Commission meeting from September 27th hasn't been changed. The meeting was canceled as per Mary Whitman, the chairperson, and it's scheduled for Thursday, October 4th at 1:30 p.m. at the Pulaski Village Hall. Number 11, to consider and approve to adopt ordinance 564-18, which is the
Signs.
stop sign.
I'll make that motion.
By Bruce,
I'll second.
second by Gordy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 12, to consider and approve to adopt ordinance 565-18.
That would be with the cement slabs.
I'll make that motion.
Cement slabs.
Chris made the motion.
Chris made the motion. Made the motion.
I'll second.
Second, Bob Gieske, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 13, invoice 74345, miscellaneous amount of $599.50. Robert E. Lee invoice 74346, well, for the reservoir modifications, the amount of $1,175.25. Invoice 74347, PECFA reimbursement assistance, the amount of $638.
If anybody has any questions, we have Lee Novak is in the audience tonight.
I guess the only one I'd have, Lee, is I kind of give Paul a hard time here when he's here in regards to our soil testing at the former Karch motor, where it's by the library.
Yeah.
Our library. And just, I don't understand the DNR or them, what are they looking for? What, taking these continuous samples?
Yeah. I believe this one is actually the Olson site over on Spliss's first.
Oh, this one.
This was for the car.
This is for the Karch, okay, then it was this one. We're not,
No, actually, you're right.
this is for the Olson site on first. But both of them, that one, the village, when we replaced sewer and water, 2013, we had contamination. It was an open site at that time, or a known site. The contamination was hit on the road, out in the road, so had to go through the process in this one to get the owner to acknowledge that it was a spill site and get them to sign on the paperwork, because it all, you have to have the owner permission that caused it. And so we're still attempting, I believe there was about $25,000 that the village had of handling the contaminated material that was excavated and disposing of it. And what we're doing is trying to get PEFCA program to reimburse the village for that. So it's just ongoing back and forth with the DNR.
Oh, I see. So eventually we may be reimbursed for
Yes, yeah,
disposing of it.
that's the thing here, but there's certain processes we have to go through. And this one, the reason it took so long is, first, the owner had to make the acknowledgement that he caused the spill.
Okay. Well, I guess I won't complain about you guys taking
Yeah.
samples.
And that is the same with the cart side too, is we're trying to justify to the DNR, excuse me, for a PEFCA reimbursement.
Okay. Thank you kindly.
Sure, you're welcome.
We did get a check this week for about $6,800 for library reimbursement. Costs more than that. That just is partial.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's never
So was this
matches what we really spent.
was this the first one, Olson Oil, or how long has that been?
Yeah.
The first one?
Mhm.
Okay,
On that side.
on that site, okay.
Okay. We have a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion, take it off.
Bruce,
I'll second that.
second, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 14, to consider, approve, and adopt Resolution 1196-18, resolution authorizing and approving canine assisted police officer agreement. And that this is a resolution that makes it very specific that the canine officer gets reimbursed 1/2 hour a day for animal care, and that's at straight time. So it's in writing for future generations.
I'll make the motion.
By Gordy,
Second.
second by Bob Gieske. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 15, to consider approve temporary Class B beer license application for Pulaski Music Boosters for Saturday, October 20th, 2018, Memorial Park Pavilion. Pulaski Music Boosters Beanbag Toss Tournament.
I'll make a motion to approve that license.
Roger,
Second.
second by Bob Gieske. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. It's number 16, a Class A beer and a Class A liquor cider-only license application for Quick Trip 946 Corporation, 717 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin, for a period ending 6/30/19. And I'm going to make a point that the cider-only license cannot be voted on until the November board meeting, because that has to go through a public hearing
To change the ordinance
to change
to
the
allow
ordinance.
that.
What is the cider only on?
That's apparently something new.
We do have in the audience, we have Andy Mittag. He is going to be the manager, the agent of the new Quick Trip, so.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we don't carry a lot of cider. They're usually in 6-packs. It's just like bottled beer. The alcohol tends a little bit more, but they use more like apples and stuff. It's just another, but it's classified as a cider because the alcohol percent's a little bit higher than beer. And we really don't carry a lot. There's maybe given like 6 or 7 6-packs.
Okay.
And like, all our registers are programmed to whatever the ordinance is for the hours. So if you can't bring anything up if it's not in between the hours. And we do have, usually in our doors, the cider is all in the same spot. And there's signs clearly that say, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. cider sales only.
Is this new?
No,
I drank fermented cider before, so I.
No, they've had it for a few years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
like
a
that
state
Friends?
law that created this gap.
There's some Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard and
Angry Orchard is one of the main brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
some in and taste it?
I did not bring any in.
So November, it's gonna be tough. Let's see, how many?
I can bring some to December meeting.
I didn't say that now, Andy.
I'm awfully thirsty.
Okay, thank you.
So number 16, the cider only will not be voted on until the November board meeting, but we can approve the Class A and Class beer and liquor.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Bob Gasky and then Bruce. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'll keep you posted, Andy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 17, to consider approval of the operator bartender license application sending for 6/30/2020.
Oh, that should be 2020. Sorry, I made a boo. I have two of them. I have Philip C. Hansen. He would be at Lotters Pulaski Shell. And I have Sarah L. Polzak, and she would be for the Pulaski Quick Trip Store, number 946. And these would be contingent upon review of the police chief and then school certificates of schooling.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Second by Gordy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, 18, persons desiring to be heard. Persons desiring to be heard. Third time, persons desiring to be heard. Number 19, such other matters is authorized by law. Such other matters is authorized by law. Third time, such other matters is authorized by law. Number 20, department reports, public works.
We will be going through for leaf collection periodically from here until, leaf season really picks up. So just make sure you put the leaves to the curb, but not in the roadway. In case we do get rains like tonight, it doesn't plug up our catch basins and stuff. And that's all I really have.
Sewer and water.
Tom did ask me to mention they will be doing hydrant flushing the week of October 15th through the 19th.
Also on sewer and water, we are tackling a water main break on Williams Street. So if you see us out there tomorrow, this week, that's what we're doing.
It's going to be real nice and
Yeah.
I've got one question. I noticed that the hydrant was opened something or other with a valve was opened by the water tower there and purging a lot of water.
Tom was flushing that out last Friday.
That wasn't because of any of the problems we've been having with rusty water?
No, I know he was flushing. He did experience some in the well on, I believe that was last Friday morning, or 2 Fridays ago.
That's when we had the wind.
Yeah, it was that day that
Yep,
after the wind.
and he did experience some in the plant, so he did flush out, the system by the tower. And that's what he was doing there.
Joe, one more thing, Glenbrook and Carroll, the street light is out. I don't know if that was reported to you or not.
No, with that, be a good time that anybody can go online to just do We Energy street light outage, and you can just go on your computer. I got no problem doing it, but if people feel handy and they want to do it themselves, just go. A map comes up, you can click on whatever street light it is, but I will take care of that in the morning.
Good. All I need is a computer now.
You're okay.
a little late on that one.
Well, about 20 years.
He does have a cell phone.
Bruce helps you out though too.
Yes, he does.